Well, Taylor Swift is known just as much for her role as a fashion trendsetter as she is in music. And a new book from Canadian blogger is taking a very deep dive into Swift's fashion choices, even pushing into Easter egg territory.
As Sarah Chapelle, is author of Taylor Swift Style, Fashion Through the Eras, and she joins us live now. We're just talking about your last name, and then I messed it up because we talked about Chapel Rowan.
I put it in your head, but that's okay. It's Sarah Chapelle.
Sarah, so great of you to join us. So you've been following Swift Style since her early days in country music to now as superstar, pop queen of the world. So what have you noticed about her style and her evolution of styles from back in the day when she was doing country up until, when she comes to Toronto tomorrow?
Yeah, it's so incredibly exciting that Taylor is finishing off the Eras tour here in Canada. What a monumental finish to an incredible career. Just like the Eras tour does so successfully, my book, Taylor Swift Style, is really a journey through all of her eras and every fashion form that her, career, which is incredible and sky forming now, has taken. I started my blog, Taylor Swift Style, which is the same name as the instant New York Times selling book, Taylor Swift Style, when I was a journalism student back home in Vancouver. I started it 13 years ago, and it all feels very kismet that now 13 years later, I'm here talking to you guys about it. But I think the one thing about Taylor and that the book really documents is that Taylor is always going to authentically be Taylor. And I think that resonance of her authenticity through every aspect of her fashion and her music is what really ultimately resonates with her fans so much, is that we see Taylor through every fashion evolution, through every artistic evolution that she's made. And even as her style changes to suit the album that she's promoting at the time, there's always this true essence of something innately Taylor that's unique and individual and so special to her. And it's why she's the superstar that she is now.
Yeah, I mean, the fashion is such a huge connection to her. And we've watched her really grow up and sort of evolve as well, right? I mean, we've watched her since she was, like 12, 13 years old in the documentary, all the way where she is now, Sarah. So I wonder, do you have a favorite era of fashion for Taylor Swift, or do you just do you sort of love it all? I know clearly you're a fan.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan. I've been a fan since 2006, 2007. My very first Taylor concert ever was watching her open for Brad Paisley when she was just, a small little country singer. And in writing this book, it was, taking all of the past versions of myself that I have been documenting her fashion as she has been all the past versions of herself that she's been. And one of my favorite chapters to write for this book, which is really, this very journalistically driven deep dive, but also from a deeply fan perspective. So I think it really brings together, both passion, but also, lots of research that, I've conducted over the past decade. And in writing this and revisiting all the eras that she's ever, had in her lifetime, one of my favorites to write about was the Speak Now chapter.
Okay.
Yeah.
What stood out about that?
I think that there was just a lot of early days feminine defiance wrapped up in Speak Now. It was her first entirely self-written album, and her style to correlate with it was also just rooted very much in this feminine, defiant strength, which I think we all kind of need a little bit more of right now.
Yeah, and before we let you go, Sarah, are there any particular outfits of Taylor's for you that stand out to you in your mind right away? Like when you know how Madonna is known for her cones on her, is there something about Taylor that you can say, okay, that is iconic Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I think part of why I chose the cover that I did for the book is that this particular look is just such an iconic, incredible Taylor look. It's from the Met Gala, which is a very iconic fashion celebrity event in the calendar year, and it just has all the hallmarks of classic Taylor style that I hope the book really deep dives and explores into. As soon as you see it, you recognize that that is an immediate Taylor look with the red lip and the eyeliner and the short bob and the sparkles. It's all just very classically Taylor, and I hope that people pick it up and love it.
All right, Sarah Chapelle, congratulations on this book. You mentioned instant New York Times bestseller. That is pretty remarkable. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Enjoy the show. I'm sure you're going to be going to order
Take care.
more.
Yeah, for sure.
Congratulations on the book.